Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven is within you. And I think when most people hear that, they think of something distant or perhaps a spiritual reward after death or something they have worked very hard to reach. But what if the kingdom of heaven isn't somewhere you go, but something you awaken to inside yourself right now? Today, I just want to talk about this in this video, and I want to explore what that truly means and how you can experience this reality in your everyday life. So much of us, including myself, I don't want to preach and talk on my YouTube channel as if I am this enlightened master and I have reached total enlightenment. I haven't. I find these topics helpful and interesting, and when I apply them, it betters my life. So I want everyone to know too that that's where I'm coming from. And I have desires, I have passions, I have things I like to do in the world. But I also understand on a deep level, and I understand wisdom, and I understand these teachings that even when Jesus was speaking 2,000 years ago, that I understand there were the things he said, there was a deeper meaning behind them. And one of the things he said was that the kingdom of heaven is within you. He also said something to the effect that heaven is spread across the earth, but men do not see it. And I think there's a connection there with those two things. But so many of us look for happiness in this world, whether they be in relationships, or they be in your career, or they be in whatever it is that this world kind of pulls us into. It kind of draws us in, and the problem is that everything in life is fleeting for the most part. Things come and go. Even this body that we're living in comes and goes. Everything you see comes and goes. Things change, things shift. And people become very, very unhappy, I believe, when not because things shift and change and maybe a new relationship or a relationship is gone or a career is gone or whatever, but that the reason why they're so unhappy is because they haven't really understood that true joy and happiness ultimately is within. That there's something, and I don't even want to call it happiness, because it's a difficult thing to explain, but there is something within you that is greater than all of the things in this world, and that you can come to at any moment during the day, and that you can just come into, and it's within you. And even to say that, I believe when we say that heaven is within too, we could also look at it as in the escape from pain and suffering. That the problem is that pain and suffering ultimately arises because we identify so heavily with this world, with who we are, with our likes, with our dislikes, with our bodies, with our relationships, with our work, with whatever it is in the outside world that we grab onto and we think we need to make us happy. And if we don't have those things, we're going to be ruined. And the escape from all of that is to understand that the greatest thing is actually within you. Because when you come into that, you are not affected as much, or at least it lessens the pain and suffering of the loss of whatever it is that you're going through, when you understand that what you're really searching for is within you, and nothing can touch that. Nothing can take that away from you. No one can touch it. No one can take it away from you. It is untouched, unharmed, ever present, and it's within. And it's this stillness. It's this essence of God. It's this spirit that it is within each and every one of us. And when you come into that more, you understand it more. It's an intelligence, it's a spirit, it's a consciousness, it's love, and it's peace and joy and bliss. It really is all of those things. And when we look so heavily on the world for those things, we may get them temporarily, but it always leaves us thirsty. It leaves us hungry. It leaves us unfulfilled and without meaning, because things shift and change. But there is something within you that doesn't change, that's ever present, that's always there, that is reliable, that you can build your house on, you can build a foundation on, you can build your life on. And I think that what we have to do, what we have to work on is that we need to, like, not drop everything that we're doing, or think that, well, I like to do this still and I like to do that, and I can't become enlightened if I enjoy these things or have desires. I think that's the wrong way to go about it. I think that you do what you like to do in the world. You engage in things. If you're in a relationship, you make your relationships better, your family life better, whatever. But you start to realize that there's something within me that even if all this goes, that I'll be good, because I have awakened, or I have at least starting to understand that it doesn't matter where life goes or what happens in my life, that the greatest thing that I could understand and awaken to is what's already within me. And that aspect of you cannot die. That aspect of you is holy and sacred. And it's a gift. And for me personally, how this has worked in my life, how I've understood this, is that when things get really hard and things get difficult and life throws curveballs and life has unexpected things that happen that aren't always in the best way, that I always come back to that, because I've listened to other spiritual teachers and masters and enlightened people, and that ultimately, I think, saves people, because there's almost like a lessening of a grip, a loosening of a grip on the physical world, and it's like kind of letting go a little bit and saying, oh wait, there's something here. There's something within me. And I really believe that suffering ultimately pushes people there. It pushes people to say, there's got to be something more than this. And there is something more. And I have touched it. I have come into that realization. I have had awakenings myself, which I feel I am genuinely capable and ready at this point in my life to share those things, like what I'm talking about right now. Enough that I can, I'm at a point where it's enough that I can share that. But there is something there, and what I want to talk about in this video is that whatever's going on in your life, personally, career-wise, whatever, if things aren't really working out for you, or you lost your job, or you lost a relationship, or you're just struggling, and you're looking at the external and the outside things in the world and saying, I'm a failure, or I'm really not where I want to be. And that, yes, there are things you may have to do to get to where you want to be, for sure. And that may require things in the outside world. But the biggest thing you have to realize is that you are whole, complete, and fulfilled already, and it's within you. Heaven is within you. That essence of reality that cannot be touched, harmed, changed, taken away is within you, and that's a gift. And then no matter what happens to you in this world, that if you can just turn inward and just realize and just understand that there is something there that I can just rest in. And if I can just I can even close my eyes and just put my attention in my heart or into that space within, that's enough. Like, that realization is enough. It doesn't matter how much you achieve in the world, or how much you do, or how much, you accomplish, or whatever. No matter how many things of this world you acquire, none of that matters if you haven't understood that essence of truth is within you. And when things get hard and difficult, that you can just say, it's okay, because I have this. I have something within me that by just pointing my awareness there, is more than anything that I could accomplish in this world. So that's what I wanted to share in this video today. I know in my own life when things are hard or things were difficult or I felt like I was struggling, I always came back to that. I always felt like there is something there. If all else fails, you have that to come into. And I believe suffering ultimately leads to our awakenings anyways. At least one of the things that can push people there. Another thing could just be curiosity and interest. You could be just super passionate about all these things, which is another way that can push you to going deeper within yourself. But that's all I wanted to talk about in this video today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.